Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Rocky Marciano Stadium. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson bringing you the home opener for the 1999 season for the Brockton Boxers. Right now we're listening to the national anthem by the Brockton Band. And again, a pleasant good evening to one and all. The Brockton Boxers currently 1-0 on the season on the road last week with a 32-22 victory away against Springfield Central Catholic. Starting off the season in the right direction with a 1-0 slate. They come back tonight to try and gain revenge against the Red Raiders from Barnstable, winners against Brockton down on the Cape. If you were with us last year, a very frustrating game for Armin Colombo's squad, but they hope to gain revenge tonight. Again, I'm Bob Sondheim calling the play-by-play. I'm joined by Miles Jackson. Miles, you were at that ball game last week on the road, about 2 hours down the road. Your comments on the Brockton victory?
Yes, Bob, it was a good victory. Brockton started a little slow in the first half. It was 14-12 at halftime. Coach Colombo talked to the young men at halftime, and they came out as a different team in the second half. They came out with a little bit more fire. They clogged up the middle a little bit better than they did in the first half because Central High was just running up and down the field in the middle of the playing field. So definitely they had a little jitters, little butterflies, but they got on the right track there in the second half and rolled on for the victory.
Some different faces, some old faces also returning this year. A junior and senior laden squad going over the starting lineups for the Brockton Boxers offensively and defensively. All juniors and seniors, not a sophomore or freshman among them. You take a look at the Boxers dressed in the home black with red and white trim, and of course the red and white clad Red Raiders on the far side of the field from Barnstable down on the Cape. And I was down there last year to do that ball game, sitting alone in the stands. Some very courteous Barnstable people around me, allowing me to start to get excited about doing Boxer football. And I'll tell you something, they brought everybody from every age group, from the geriatric set to the young small fry out there to root on those Red Raiders last year, and they did the job 14-12 to start that football season. But this is a new year, and we're happy to be on for Brockton Cable Access. And as you see, down at the center of the field, the Brockton captains getting set to meet the Barnstable captains. Armin Colombo comes into this year, his 40th year in football, 294 wins for the head mender here at Brockton High School at Marciano Stadium. And of course, he's looking for another return trip to the Super Bowl. His team 6-4 last year, 6-3 in the regular season, losing to Bridgewater Raynham in the Super Bowl. So you get a look at the captains at the center of the field. And in a few moments, we'll know who won the coin toss. An absolutely beautiful night for football.
You couldn't ask for anything better, Bob.
Gosh,
beautiful night.
Especially with Hurricane Floyd upon us these past few days. And you couldn't even tell we went through the rough weather slide, as it is just absolutely perfect. The wind has subsided from a gusty wind this afternoon to just an absolutely perfect one tonight. In fact, the flag off to our right is absolutely limp in the flagpole. There is no wind advantage for the players on either side of the field. So right now, let's take a look at some of the starting lineups and some of the players to pay attention to. And you have to start right there with quarterback number 16, the guy doing a little jitterbug on the left side, one of the quad captains, Eric Boatwright, 6'4", 220-pound senior, and he's a good one.
Yes, he is, Bob. Boatwright has all the tools as a quarterback, including a very smart player when he's behind there. He showed that last week. He kept his poise, and he made some beautiful passes, and he looks like the real deal.
Behind him in the backfield, you're looking at him, number 45, Mark Millard, also a senior, 5'10", 205 pounds. He'll be running out of the fullback slot, joined by James Jackson, number 20, not in the picture right at the moment. He's a junior, 5'9", 175-pounder. And you might recall, if you were with us last year, graduated senior Lindsey Farabee came off a fractured jaw and really ran most of the ball in the second half of the year. But where would Colombo be without the outstanding effort of then sophomore James Jackson, number 20, out of the backfield slot while Farabee was injured? Renard Wilson gone, Jason Spry gone, but look for Ellis McMurtry, number 21 at the split end position, now a senior, to be one of the favorite targets for the fine passing of Eric Boatwright. Also, Jamar Garrison, the junior, number 85, will see a lot of action on the right side tight end slot. Get a look right there at the mascot, the Brockton Boxer mascot, and the cheerleaders. And you were treated to the band, and you want to stay around at halftime. I believe we'll have the halftime show, and a very excellent one it is, with a fine Brockton marching band.
Yeah, these cheerleaders are really getting the crowd going here this evening. It's a very good crowd representing Brockton here.
And Miles, I know you are an alum of Brockton High School. You know a lot of the people, and I was very impressed before the game. A lot of these kids you've seen grow up, and we were talking about that off the air. So this has to be a proud moment for you.
Oh, yes, definitely. Some of these kids I've known since 4th grade, 3rd grade, and I'm just very proud of them. Become grown-up, nice young men. It's nice to see that they're doing something positive.
Well, absolutely. Good positive football game tonight we have for you. Clinton Brown, number 1, will be returning the ball along with Sadie Sumpner, number 21, and Stefan Gomes, number 23, the deep men for Barnstable. They've won the toss. And kicking off for the Brockton Boxers tonight, look for Eric Ampuja, number 15, a junior, different name. And you see Ampuja right there getting the special team ready as we start the home season. Brockton 1-0. Barnstable did not play. This is their initial game under Coach DeMonch, and he had to be happy with the victory last year. All set to go. 11 minutes of football in each quarter. Here's the kickoff. Down to the 25-yard line, and Barnstable brings it back. And that is number 21, Sadie Sumpner, finally tackled outside the 20-yard line at about the 24, where the Red Raiders will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Brockton stayed in their lanes, coming down the field, and as you can see, not much gain there. Very good coverage.
So we'll look at Tommy Street, a senior quarterback, number 12. He'll be joined in the backfield by Brandon Estrella, number 32 at fullback. Clinton Brown, also a threat, the quick guy, number 1, and he's in the running back slot. Tommy Street looks it over, and the Red Raiders will work out of the eye. Handoff, right side, goes to number 23, Stefan Gomes, for a couple yards, brings it over the 25, and the Brockton defense shuts it down.
Yeah, it looks like the quarterback right there, Tom Street, kind of bumped into the running back, so the play didn't go quite as smoothly as Barnstable would have liked it to.
Well, neither one of us is youngsters, and I know we go back to the name Street at quarterback. You have to go back to the Texas Longhorn days of James Street. That's the first thing I think of when the Barnstable coaches were telling us the name of their quarterback is number 12, Tommy Street. 2nd down play. Again, right side, Gomes has some room, has the 1st down. He's got some distance, the 50, the 40. Now it's a foot race, 30, 20, and Gomes is going to go. On the 2nd play from scrimmage, I see no flags, and the Red Raiders have drawn first blood in this football game with about a 73-yard scamper by Gomes on the right side. No flags down, and the score will stand 6-0, Red Raiders.
That was an excellent fake to the first halfback there, and then give it to the other fella because it fooled me too. And he went outside.
Here's another look right here, and you'll see exactly what you're talking about. Good interior blocking, and now it's just a foot race. Great block right there by number 21, Sadie Sumter, as he took out 2 Brockton players. As you see Gomes streaking down the sidelines, and he's going to win that foot race for the score. Steve Merlicina now for the extra point to try and make it 7-0. The kick is up, no good. Off to the left, so the score remains 6-0. Unofficially about 73 yards on that scamper by number 23, Stefan Gomes. I don't know if we have another look at it again.
I tell you, Stefan Gomes, you can see he has a lot of speed because he just basically outran everybody. Nobody had a chance to catch him.
And he just beat the angles of the secondary. They had a clear shot, streaking down the right side of the field. The concerned Armin Colombo right there, walking away. His team stung in the opening drive here. 2 plays from scrimmage, and covering about 77 yards. The big play naturally, the 73-yard scamper unofficially by Stefan Gomes, and it's 6-0 before a stunned crowd here at Marciano Stadium. So let's see what the Boxers can do to try and regroup.
Yeah, well, Brockton, they just have to put that, the defense have to put that behind them and just get back out there and act like nothing happened and basically pay a little bit more better attention as the play fakes there. It was excellent play fake.
Tremendous play fake. The deep men of Robert Alexander, 28, Brandon Hill, number 23, back for the Brockton Boxers. Kicking off will be Darrell Acker, number 79, watching him kick, and he can boom them. So he'll start from the 40-yard line with a kickoff. And again, Hill and Alexander deep, right in your picture right there. Hill, the guy on the right, and on the left side, Robert Alexander. A shocking development. 2 plays from scrimmage. Gomes takes it the distance, 6-0, the visiting Red Raiders. Last year, the points were hard to come by, only 26 in that ball game down in the Cape. Already 6 put up, and we've played less than a minute. Here's the kickoff short, and it was down by Thompson, number 10 for Brockton. James Thompson, the senior. As soon as the knee goes down, the play ends. And Thompson's knee goes down about the 30-yard line. That's where they'll mark it 1st and 10 for the Boxers. And now let's see what Eric Boatwright and his talented offense can do. They put up 32 points last week, Miles, so certainly we know they can score.
Yes, they can. They're a very electrifying team. They have a lot of weapons. Boatwright can go to a lot of people, including he can run the ball, too.
Well, let's see what the talented senior can do. 6 feet 4 inches, perfect specimen for a quarterback. Looks it over. He'll go right to the air right away. Look out from behind, and he's decked. Number 3, Marvin Domino from his safety slot, coming hard on the right side, blind side, and he sacks the quarterback Boatwright for a loss of about 8 yards. Back to the 22, it would be 2nd down and 18.
Yeah, excellent call on the defense. That was a safety blitz. Excellent call there.
Official timeout. I want to call your attention. I just learned something new this year, too. Trying to stay up on top of things. You might recall that used to be in the past that each team had 5 timeouts per half. It's 3 full timeouts and 2 20-second timeouts. So we'll wait for the official to tell us the difference with the T sign. We'll learn together about a rule change this year in high school ball. Officially still 5 stoppages, but you're allowed only 3 full timeouts. 2nd down and 18 after the sack. The work out of the eye. Again, the pass. Boatwright delivers. Ball deflected, nearly intercepted down there by Clinton Brown. And the ball on the deflection falls incomplete for a 3rd down and long situation for the Boxers.
Yes, the defense, they kept their hands up on that very good defensive line play there. They kept their hands up even though they didn't get to the quarterback, and it paid off where one of the defensive linemen there blocked the ball.
The old tip drill, in effect, nearly picked off on the deflection by number 1, Clinton Brown, who goes both ways for Coach DeMonch's Red Raiders. 3rd down 18 from just outside the 22-yard line. Key man to watch is McMurtry. He and Alexander loaded up top. Going deep, looking for McMurtry, and one-on-one coverage and just overthrown. And a flag down. This is going to be interference. It's called by the official. And a good bailout call that time, I'll tell you, because that was quite a strong throw by Boatwright. Nearly had his man. One-on-one coverage on the left side.
Yeah, it was very good coverage by Barnstable. And who was that, McMurtry?
McMurtry,
yes,
number 21.
He was out there. A little bit overthrown. But I believe the Barnstable defensive player was a little bit too close on McMurtry.
Well, they should mark it off 15 yards. It's not like the NFL where it's where it takes place. So they'll march it back. And this will give Brockton an automatic 1st down. I don't know if we have it in the truck. Steve Roy, our director tonight. And maybe they can rewind it and let you see at home the possible contact and the reason for the flag as the officials will set it up. If you're just joining us, we're in the 1st quarter of play, just about 2 minutes gone. 6-0 in favor of the visiting Red Raiders on a 73-yard run. Here it is again. We'll take a look at it. McMurtry's at the top of your screen. Alexander just below him. Let me correct that. Now here's the play. Let's see, a little shove right there. He got the hand on the shoulder pad, and the reason for the flag. That was Matt Gardner going out for the pass as well. Here's a handoff this time. Going left side, James Jackson, number 20, the junior, with his first carry, and he picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, James Jackson is a very strong running back, and he gets quick. He gets to the hole very quickly, as you can see on that last play.
Very impressed with him in his sophomore season. Of course, he was playing in the shadow of Lindsey Farabee, who then returned from a fractured jaw that he suffered in the preseason. And of course, a very strong ground attack for Armin Colombo last year, but a very well-balanced one, certainly with Boatwright at quarterback this year. Pileski doing a fine job last season at the helm, a graduating senior. Here is Jackson. First down and a lot more. Great block that time, still on his feet, and he brings it out past the 45-yard line into Barnstable territory down at about the 43. First and 10 Boxers.
Yes, Jackson there, he had some very nice cuts on that run. As you can see, very elusive runner. Gained about 15 yards on that play.
Good downfield blocking, helping to spring him for a little bit longer. And a big first down. First time for the Boxers in the red and white territory as they trail 6-zip, looking to try to get on the scoreboard themselves. McMurtry split up top. This is Millard, number 45, still on his feet, driving across the 40-yard line. He'll have about 3 yards, maybe just a bit more before he's shut down by the middle of that defense of Barnstable, led by Ben Raiders, 62. Had some help from Joe Young and Tim Powers in there, 2 linebackers.
Yeah, Millard, a very strong runner. You can see it. He was stopped for no gain, but he, with his strength, he pushed it up about 3 yards.
Keep those legs driving, Miles. That's what does it. And a great run by Millard. Senior, not a big guy out of the fullback slot, 5'10", 205 pounds, but making something out of nothing. Second down and 7. Boatwright will call a timeout. And they have to check to see if it's a full timeout or a 20. They're going to call the 20. That's a 20-second timeout. So I don't know if you caught it or not at home, but when they signal the timeout and they give a T sign, it's a 20-second timeout. There's the senior talking to Armin Colombo. Little experience right there. Boatwright comes back into the huddle. They'll be facing a second down and 7 call when play resumes with 7:26 to go here in the first quarter from Rocky Marciano Stadium. Good crowd on hand, too.
Definitely. I believe we have an official's timeout.
Wait for the stoppage. Yeah, there's a discussion on the far side.
Yeah, I believe the Barnstable coach wants to know something. Wants an explanation for something.
That's Coach DeMonch over there, who is the Barnstable head coach. Red Raiders last year had an excellent season, starting off with the victory against Brockton at home with half the Cape on hand to see that ball game. They then went 8-2 in an excellent year for the Raiders, and hoping to come back this year and have an equally good season. Boxers, as I mentioned before, 6-4 last year, 6-3 in the regular season, and losing in the Super Bowl to Bridgewater Raynham in a very exciting game over at Boston University. Happy you can be with us in Brockton Cable Access. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson. Brockton Community Access, sorry. And again, just a perfect night for football. We're happy to be with you. Second down and 7 after the 22nd timeout. Our first stoppage of the ball game. Again out of the eye, Jackson and Millard. Jackson will get the pitch behind a Millard block. Jackson outside, he's got the first down and more, scampering before he's finally knocked out of bounds. And he'll bring it down to about the 25-yard line. Nice run by Jackson left side.
Yeah, Jackson had a lot of room to work with out there. The line kept the defensive inside, so Jackson was able to gain a few yards on that one.
Another look at it right here. Great pitch by Boatwright, and as you mentioned, a lot of good penetration right here. There's the first stick. There's the marker for the first down, and you can see he's just leaving tacklers in his wake. Good speed outside by the junior as he picks up a first down. They'll mark it at the 26. First and 10 from the Barnstable 26. Again, the work out of the eye. Long count, the handoff. Now to Jackson. Good fake that time to Millard. Jackson goes outside. 10. He's got about 12 before he's dragged down. Keep the clock running, and Jackson inside the 15 down to about the 13, a gain of a dozen.
That was an excellent play by Brockton because it froze the defense there for a second, and that's all Jackson needs. Just a couple seconds, and he's gone.
Great ball faking by Boatwright, as you pointed out. Had me faked up here, and I've got the binoculars on him. I'll tell you, just a great nifty move that time by Boatwright. And as you mentioned, great clear out on the left side of that front Brockton Boxer line. Tommy Frazier, Brandon Leach, and Joe Verdon doing a fine job to clear out the opposition. They'll mark it closer to the 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Still with the ball is Boatwright. Now the pitch nicely at the last second. The 5 down to the 3 and another first down. Goes Jackson, and now we have a marker flipped up in the air. Before the marker, as the play stands, it would be a 1st and goal, but let's see what the officials call as a marker came after the play. As you look at the junior, James Jackson, another nice play. Watch this pitch by Boatwright. He steps inside, gets rid of it just at the last second, and Jackson again rumbles outside with his good speed.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Jackson kind of tripped up there. I guess he saw the end zone and wanted it real bad. Here's the referee's call.
Personal foul. It's going to go against Barnstable. Half the distance to the goal. We'll bring it down to about the 1.5-yard line or so. 1st and goal from that spot. Nice drive put on here by Brockton.
Yep.
And again, quarterback and head coach talk it over while the other 10 players await the call. Armin Colombo, 294 wins in his career.
What a career.
Tremendous. A legend, needless to say. 1st and goal from just outside, just inside the 2. Split the backfield this time. Quarterback keeper, Boatwright, and he's close. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown Brockton to tie it up. Boatwright from about 1.5 to 2 yards out. The first score before the home fans.
Yeah, you have to give Brockton's front line credit on that touchdown for pushing the Barnstable team back so Eric could get in there for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Let's give him some credit. Tommy Frazier, 73, is senior. Brandon Leach Jr., 72, left guard. Another look at it while I'm reading the names. The big center there, Joe Verdon, number 76, senior. And Jeff Pike, 66, senior. And Shane Bester, 75, is senior on the right side, guard and tackle, respectively. Eric Ampuja for the try. Kick is up and good, and the Boxers have the lead, 7-6 with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter of play. A nice drive, very well in control, and all on the ground, I might add. Still no passing yards thus far for Boatwright, and that's going to be a matter of time before that changes.
Right, maybe they're setting Barnstable up right now. They, like you said, they ran all the way down the field on that play, on that drive there, excuse me.
I tell you, two good teams having at it tonight. You don't want to leave your set, that's for sure. This should be a good one. I'll tell you, it's nice to see high school football and college football both getting going. It's been a long summer. It's certainly with a drought, and I'll tell you, it's time for some good gridiron action. I know I'm ready for it. I know you are,
Oh,
too.
definitely so.
So 7-6, 2 yards out, the touchdown run by quarterback Eric Boatwright. Getting the Boxers on the board, and Pusha with the extra point. And Brockton up by a single point. Now it's up for the to the defense to try and do its thing.
Oh, definitely. The defense has to basically wake up and smell the coffee and forget about what happened that last drive, and basically tend to business.
Absolutely. And Pusha will kick off. You saw in your picture a few moments ago, Sadie Sumter, 21. Stephen Gomes, he of the 73-yard touchdown run. Number 23, the deep men, awaiting the Ampuja kickoff, and it's a nice high, deep one. Goes to Gomes, number 20. Nope, check it. It's Sadie Sumter, 21. Trying to take it outside. Great pursuit by the Brockton team, just stringing it out and driving him out of bounds.
We got a flag on the play.
We'll check that out. Tony Amato and a host of other Brockton special teamers just driving Sumter out of bounds, and we'll check the marker.
Excellent pursuit by the special teams there. All the Barnstable player could do was just go sideways, basically.
Now, Brockton was a team last year, my coverage of this team, that was hurt a lot by a lot of penalties. And even last week, we were talking about the game out in Springfield, and you said at one point they had 8 penalties in the ball game. That could really hurt you. But so far, things are going against Barnstable. Illegal block in the back is the call against the Red Raiders. That'll push them back a little bit farther. So the officials will mark the ball down. We'll wait and see. Going to be inside the 20. And it's going to be about the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for number 12, Tommy Street, the senior quarterback. His team trails it now by 1 point with 6:01 to go first quarter. Street brings him out. Brandon Estrella, number 32. Clinton Brown also back there. And Gomes, here is Gomes. Gomes has a head of speed again, and he steps inside, and he could be loose. Finally dragged down at the 40-yard line, a gain of 28 yards by the hard running back, Stephon Gomes, number 23.
Definitely, Stephon is a hard runner, as you can see. He's very hard to bring down.
6'1", 205 pounds of him. I'll tell you, some great moves. Take another look at this one right here, Miles, and the great shiftiness of number 23. Watch that cut right there. Took out two Brockton boxers, and then the high tackle, nearly the face mask, but no call. Should not have been. And finally wrestled down at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, and they're on the move again. Inside man this time, number 32, is Brandon Estrella. And he has about 5 yards before he's wrestled down at about the 45. So Brockton right now is trying to put a stop to the Red Raider running game, which is going to full cylinders right now.
Yeah, Brandon Estrella, another big fella, 5'10", 190 pounds. You're going to have to tackle him below the waist.
Absolutely. These guys are bulls back there. Coach DeMonch has a good running attack, more balanced than last year. Again, Street brings him out. Brown in the backfield along with Estrella this time. And he's got the ball. Number 1, left side, nice hole, 1st down and more into Brockton territory down to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 10 for Clinton Brown, number 1. And the Raiders, more than just picking up 1st downs, are starting to believe and gather the confidence that they can run on this Boxer squad.
Yeah, let's give credit to Barnstable's front line. They're opening up some pretty good holes there for their running backs.
Left side, Kevin Friel, number 60. Brian Barnacle, 52, with an outstanding haul provided to Clinton Brown, number 1. And Brown, only a sophomore, he's got some good speed. He's the deep man, again behind Estrella. First pass goes on the right side. This is Gomes as they try to set him free, and he's loose. Finally bumped out of bounds over there. But not before another 1st down is picked up. Robert Alexander, 28, doing the bumping, and you take a look at Gomes catching the pass in the flat. And that's exactly what DeMonch wants to see his Raiders squad do, is get this guy loose. There it is. Makes Gardner miss. Pike gives chase and finally knocked out of bounds by number 28, Alexander.
Excellent play.
Ball being marked down inside the 30. We have a marker down. Face mask is the call against Brockton, so tack on 5 more, and it'll bring the ball down to the 24, actually almost closer to the 23. So the yardage is falling in big hunks in this ball game.
Yes.
7-6 Boxers, but look out, here come the Raiders. Estrella and Brown in the backfield again. Gomes lined up top. Handoff up the middle, Brown. Nice play that time, Jeff Pike. Number 66 zooming in there.
Yeah, Jeff was right in on that play. No fooling him on that one.
Two-way player, and I might want to add one more thing, an outstanding all-state swimmer. I'm also a varsity coach over in Sharon, and let me tell you, I wish I had a kid like Jeff Pike in my team, and I know watching this kid perform, outstanding freestyler, and it's so unusual to see a football player give himself to a sport like swimming when you're using completely different muscles in the two sports, but Pike is every bit that good an athlete. Nice play that time on the short gain. Actually, no gain, call it 2nd and 10. Short drop, pass to Gomes, right side, avoids 2 tacklers. Again, drives it past the sticks or very close to it, depending on the mark. It's going to be close to a 1st down, and somebody put a chain on number 23. He's running wild.
Yes, this guy has excellent moves for a big fella. Brockton is going to have problems tonight with him.
He makes you miss. It is a 1st down. So a gain of 10 on the shiftiness by number 23 of Gomes. He has the touchdown, and here come the Raiders knocking on the door inside the red zone. From about the 14-yard line. Street still has it, pitches to Gomes. Why not? The 10, and just outside the 5, he's knocked down by number 26, Matt Gardner.
Excellent hit by Matt.
Well, it worked for Brockton with Boatwright pitching to Jackson. Why not? Street pitching to Gomes going left side, and he brings the ball down. Good gain on a 1st down. Pickup of about 7, call it 2nd and 3. 3:11 to go, and the clock runs. A 7-6 Boxer lead, but the Raiders looking to reestablish the lead in this game. Time for the Brockton Boxers to step up right here defensively. They need a good stop. Street gives to the up man Estrella. Nice play, straightening up the ball carrier that time, number 76, Joe Verdon. Good play defensively.
Definitely, they definitely stepped up, like you said, down here in the red zone.
Well, possible two-down territory, though they do have a very good field goal kicker, does Barnstable. When you're talking about Darrell Acker, number 79. Big third down play right here. Really no gain, call it 3rd and 3. Nice play by Verdon, stepping up, another two-way player for Armin Colombo's Boxers. 3rd and 3, again out of the eye. This time he got Gomes in the backfield. Watch out for him, and he's got it. Right side. Good block. Can they stop him? I think he might have the first down with that last lunge with the glasses, but we'll wait for the official to unstack them.
Brockton made a good effort on that play.
No question, Miles, who that one was going to. You could have bet the house money on that one. We might have a measurement our first. Officials call a timeout. They'll send in the chain gang. It's that close. It'll either be 4th and inches or a first down and goal from that point. After another gallop by Stefan Gomes, 1:55 to go. We have an official timeout. And this one, as we promised you, is going to be a dogfight tonight. Two hungry teams. You missed the game last year in the opener for Brockton and Barnstable, 14-12 on the road, and this one looks like it might be that close.
Yeah, Bob, this is, I believe, Barnstable's first opening game of the season, correct?
Yes, it is. Just a little bit shy by about 4 or 5 chain links. So we're going to have a 4th down situation. Coach DeMonch has a decision to make. I think you might see him go from this point.
Definitely so. I don't see any reason for him not to go. He's had a lot of confidence in his running game right now.
I'll tell you something, I might just give the ball to that number 23. How's that for a sage prediction? Well, Gomes will be in the backfield. Let's wait and see. We have a stoppage again. See what we're going to have. Official timeout. Timeout called by Brockton, another 20-second timeout. It's their second 20-second timeout here. You're allowed 5 timeouts and a half, 3 fulls and 2 20s. Armin Colombo has burned both of the 20s here in the early going. Wants to talk it over briefly. Joe Verdon comes back into the ball game. Had a nice play a couple plays ago.
Yeah,
Stopping
Bob,
Estrella.
it might be early in the game, but this is a very big 4th down play for Brockton.
Yes, it is. Well, they'll work out of a full house backfield. Joining Estrella in the backfield, number 43, Mighty Joe Young. And, of course, the deep man, needless to say, is Stefan Gomes, number 23. He has his sights set on maybe a second touchdown if successful. 4th down and inches for the Boxers, trying to turn away the Red Raider charge. Give to the up man. It's close, very close. But I think with the stretch out, I think the Raiders might have it. We'll wait for the official spot. Well, a little chicanery that time. Everybody looking for 23. They give to the up man, Estrella.
Quite a stand there for Brockton.
It is a first down. And I may be wrong. It could have been number 43 who had the ball. Might have been Joe Young.
I believe so.
Okay, let me correct myself on that. There you get a look at the good Brockton crowd on hand on just a gorgeous night for football. First down. We are going to have a measurement just to make it official. Whoa, Brockton has held. Well, the official signaled first down. They called for the measurement, and Brockton is held by less than the length of a football. What do you think of that?
Well, that was a big play by Brockton's defensive line there.
Wow.
They stood tall on that play there.
Absolutely.
And held their own.
Well,
excellent, excellent play.
Well, that was the stand we were talking about, and it's kind of unusual because usually the official, when he signals first down, it usually sticks. Brockton called for the measurement. They come away with holding the Red Raiders, and that was a tremendous stop. No question about it. The defense stood up when they had to, and the Red Raiders are thwarted in the attempt to go back in the lead. So the ball will be marked down just inside the 4-yard line. Boatwright brings out Millard, 45, and of course James Jackson, number 20. Nothing fancy expected here. Give it to Jackson, looking for running room, and he's finally tackled And let me see. Number 73, Big John Haywood. I've got to check the schedule on this one. 6'3", 275 pounds. I mean, he didn't leave much on the training table, let me tell you.
No, he didn't, Bob.
He's a big fella. Number 73, also Ben Rader, 62 in on the tackle, but the big guy, John Haywood, was not going to be denied on that one.
Yeah, Brockton's offensive line, they're down in their own territory. They need to open it up a little. We might see a big gain here.
Well, this could also be the play. You might send McMurtry long and just do the unexpected.
That's right. They haven't put it up in the air yet.
You have a quarterback that can throw the ball on a dime, tremendous spiral, a very strong arm. No gain in the last play, second down and 10 from inside the 5. Again out of the eye. A mix-up this time. Boatwright takes it, is tripped up at about the 8. Busted play that time. It looked like a little cross signals between quarterback and running back, and Boatwright ahead. Again, as he always does, goes over to the sidelines to have a word with head coach Armin Colombo.
Boatwright saw a small opening there, and he took it, but Barnstable's linebackers were right on the case there. So he didn't gain much.
Got about 4, a little more breathing room for the Boxers offensive team, but a big third down call coming up here. Third and about 6. 19-18 the clock running, probably the last play to go here in the first quarter of play. If you're just joining us, 7-6 Boxers in the home opener at Marciano. The fake and tripping down as Boatwright, his feet went out from under him, maybe a loss of 1. And when play resumes in the second quarter, Brockton will be looking at a 4th down situation and looking for Archie Johnston, number 11, to come into the ball game to attempt his first punt of the night, and it's going to be a very clutch one at that. That is the end of the first quarter of play. The Boxers 7, and the Red Raiders from the Cape, from Barnstable 6. Very close ball game, Miles. I tell you, you want to stay tuned in this one. This might be one of those games. Whoever has the ball last might win.
Yeah, Bob. Brockton definitely has their hands full this evening with a good Barnstable team. As you can see, they're running the ball very effectively down the field.
We also want to give you folks a reminder as you take a look at the cheerleaders entertaining the crowd. We'll be on, of course, live, but you'll be seeing this on tape delay. Next ball game, and you want to set your clocks and your calendars for this one. Zavarian will be in the Hawks, who really just walked all over Brockton last year, but it's a different team this year. And again, another revenge factor game for Armin Colombo's squad. They'd like to gain revenge here at Marciano. That will be kickoff 7 o'clock next Friday night, September 24th. So why don't you plan on joining us for that ball game here at Marciano Stadium. I should mention only 4 home games this year. October 22nd, Durfee comes up from down south. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. And of course, Thanksgiving Day, November 25th, Waltham comes to town at 10 o'clock kickoff. And while I have a chance to, I'll get to that in a second. Here's the 4th down kick. Johnston in the ball game as we start quarter number 2. Gomes will be deep along with Sumter. Coming up on the ball will be Gomes. He'll run it back. And he has about 3 yards on the run back from the 40 down to about the 37 of Brockton. So excellent field position on the Johnston kickoff, 4th down. And 1st down and 10 upcoming for Street and the offense of the Red Raiders.
Good coverage on the punting team on that one. To keep, who was that, number 23?
23 is Gomes.
Gomes, to keep Gomes from breaking one. Excellent coverage.
I guarantee you the Brockton defense is not going to ask that question. Who's number 23? Yeah. They've seen enough of him tonight. We're only early in the game. Street looks it over. Lestrell and Gomes behind him. Fake to Gomes. Drop back. Short pass complete on the left side and tripped up over there by Gardner is number 43 on the receiving end, Joe Young. And he's going to have a 1st down. That ball is going to be marked inside the 25 down to the 24. 13 yards on the hookup between Street and Young. 1st and 10. You have to like the way DeMonch is mixing things up as you get another look. Now watch the nice trip up right here. And going airborne is Young after the reception. Good tackle by Matt Gardner, number 26. Good, 1st and 10 Raiders.
Good decoy by Stephon Jones.
Yes, it was. Handoff Gomes.
Excuse me.
Mark Millard into the tackle, 45. Had some help in there by number 71, Reaganson Roger.
That last play, Bob, the fake to Gomes. Everybody went to Gomes and
Yep.
forgot about everybody on the left-hand side.
See, that's what you can do.
Yes.
When you establish the run as well as DeMonch has done with his squad, and everybody knows Gomes is the threat anytime he touches the pigskin.
Exactly.
Then you can fake and do play action. You've got the defense guessing all night. Second down situation, gain of 1 on the Gomes run. Fake to Gomes, nearly hitting the turf, but Street delivers outside, the ball dropped by Estrella. So I think because of the rains this week, that turf a little bit slippery. You saw a few moments ago Boatwright slipping on a third down play, nearly falling down this time with Street. Pass incomplete, you're looking at 3rd and 9.
Yes, we had a little bit of Hurricane Floyd or Tropical Storm Floyd that passed through Brockton.
Had a look right there at something passing through his hands. That was Estrella on the incompletion. Timeout is going to be called right here. Looks like this one will be a full one. No T sign, 9:49 second quarter for the stoppage. 7-6 Boxers if you're just joining us. And again, a little scoring recap, if you will.
Yes, as you know, Barnstable, second play of the game, they scored on a run by
Gomes, yeah.
Stephon Gomes. Who else?
Oh, tremendous.
And then Brockton took the ball down, used the clock, and marched all the way down the field for a Boatwright sneak.
That does it.
Basically,
Absolutely.
that's what you have.
73 yards on the Gomes run and 1.5 on the Boatwright scamper himself right up the middle behind a Verdon block. The only difference, of course, the Eric and Puja point after touchdown, the difference in the game, 7-6 Boxers. And we're happy to be on again for Brockton Cable Access. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson. What I started to say before is you're really going to have 4 people working your TV games this year. Dave Clifton, who usually does the play-by-play to my color, will be back next week for the Zavarian game. But Miles Jackson does a nice job. We'll be joined by Brian Madden, who does play-by-play in some of the games that we won't make. So one way or the other, we're going to have all the action for you right here on BCA. Third down situation upcoming after the incomplete forward pass. Street looking for Estrella. Saddi Sumpner, S-A-D-D-I, Saddi is the first name. He goes deep, passing, looking for Gomes. He's got a great catch, and look what he can do with the football, picking up the first down. A one-handed grab that time by Gomes, who's doing everything but punch out the tickets tonight. First down and 10 for the Red Raiders.
Yes, Bob, it looks like one of the Brockton defenders might have got a little piece of the football. You can see on the replay here. No, I guess not.
Watch the
Excellent catch.
What a great catch. Now watch how he makes you miss. Nice block right downfield. Another one there. And picking up the first down. He's not finished until 2 or 3 guys can wrestle him down. First down and 10. And first down and goal from the 9-yard line. So again, the Red Raiders inside the red zone. They were turned away by a great Brockton play on 4th down. Let's see if the Boxers can stiffen up. Brown. Little number 1 fumble, the ball hitting the turf. Let's see who has it. The Boxers think they have it. Let's see what the officials think. They do. And that's Alexander, number 28, coming up with a pigskin. Robert Alexander, as this big crowd enjoys that turnover by Clinton Brown, the recovery by the senior Robert Alexander.
That's the second big play the defense has turned out tonight, and at a very opportune time.
Red zone miseries for the guys in red and white on the far side.
Definitely so, bro.
Knocking on the door. They have a chance to retake the lead. They failed to do so. So again, Boatwright and company will start right outside of the edge of their end zone. Again from the 4-yard line like they did last time. And with 9:07 to go second quarter and holding a very precarious 1-point lead, let's see if they can get some field position. Again out of the eye, Jackson will dot it behind Millard. Hand off to Jackson, left side. He's at the 5, the 10, 15. He could break it, 20, 25, 30. Now it's a foot race, 40. He's at midfield, one more man to beat. Can he cut inside? Yes. No, he's brought down. Brought down inside the just about the 30-yard line. Now we see markers down, back up field. We'll wait for the official to tell us what the call is. Block in the back against Brockton. But what a great run by Jackson, and you're enjoying it right now. The call is going to be behind this action.
Jackson has very nifty feet, cuts back well, does have speed. Unfortunately for not.
One more man to beat. That one more man was Joe Young, who was mighty on the play. However, it would have been called back nonetheless on the illegal block. They're going to mark it down at the 38-yard line, almost the 39-yard line. So after all is said and done, about 35 yards gained by Brockton. However, it is a first down, and they gain some very valuable field position, getting out of the shadow of their goal line on a great first down run by number 20, James Jackson.
Yes, James is coming to his own this year, as you can see. Excellent running back.
Good high school football on tap for you tonight. Two good teams going at it. We won't be disappointed. We have a lot of football remaining. 8.5 to go here, second quarter. Boxers will call the timeout. This will be a full one. They have 2 more stoppages to go before halftime, and Eric Boatwright wearing a path between the huddle and the sideline. We'll talk it over once again. And
yes, Coach Colombo's given some instructions.
While we have a second, too, let's bring you up to date on a key score that's going to affect things. St. John's Prep with a big win over Xaverian, 35-8 last week. 2 teams going in a little bit opposite directions. Xaverian on fire last year. Lost a lot to graduation. Eric Knight went to BC. Stroney went to Duke. And a few other people graduated as well. St. John's Prep, and that's the game where Eric Boatwright really became a household word, shall we say, over here, throwing for 4 touchdown passes that night and had just a fantastic game. Knocking out St. John's early. They came back a little bit later to make it somewhat respectable, but a precarious night weather-wise that Boatwright had no trouble running the offense as he chalked up 4 TD passes en route to a big win. This year, of course, the game is up at St. John's, and you have a whole different kind of St. John's team that's getting a lot of press as being one of the early season favorites in interscholastic football in the eastern side of things here in Massachusetts. So that'll be a big one. If you want to consult your schedule, October 2nd will be that ball game on the road at St. John's, a Saturday at 1:30 kickoff. First down from the 39 after the timeout. Up man Millard, and he's got about 2 or 3, actually maybe 3 yards. Past the 42, out close to the 43-yard line, give him 4 on the play. Second down situation and close to 6 to go. There you see Millard, number 45. Small in terms of stature, 5'10", 205, but a good low target, good low center of gravity, and a tough runner, driving those legs, as Miles pointed out in one previous handoff early in the first quarter.
Yes, Millard is built like a spark plug. Fire plug, excuse me.
Also a spark plug, too. Does a good job.
Yes,
Second down and 6 from about the 43-yard line. Brockton would like to add a pad touchdown right here. Shift on the line, long count by Boatwright. Fake this time to Millard. He'll go outside to Jackson on a high pitch. Jackson looks for real estate. He's got it. He's got some room. 40, 35, and inside the 35, knocked down at the 33, and boy, can he fly.
Jackson did an excellent job of keeping his feet from slipping out from under him on that play right there near the sideline.
Another look right here. He did a nice job, too, in fielding a high pitch by Boatwright at the last second. Here you see he wrestles it down. Missed tackle, and those high tackles will kill you. And look at the speed right here, 50, 45, and nice block by Matt Gardner to give his running back another 8 yards on the play. Number 26 with a good downfield block before Jackson is knocked off his pins outside at about the 31 of Barnstable. So here comes the Boxer offense. They started this drive from their own 4-yard line. First and 10. Handoff, nice hole right side. Jackson again. Big hole. Boy, both of these teams really exploiting the defenses. Inside the 15, close to the 13, another first down.
Yeah, let's give the offensive line credit there. Wide open hole, as you said, that Jackson was able to run through and pick his points where to move and jerk.
About 18 yards on that carry by the juniors, having a big night. Great blocking that time, and as you get another look at it, good blocking. Jeff Pike, 66, Shane Bester, 75, right side. Joe Verdon to help as well. And some big holes opened up for junior James Jackson, and here come the Boxers inside the red zone. First and 10 from the 13. We're going to have a stoppage of play right here. Timeout call by Barnstable. They're going to take a 20-second. Comes with 6:30 to go. And the Boxers up by 1 point, trying to add to that margin. You get a look at Eric Boatwright right there.
Yeah, Bob, we have another long drive by Brockton, eating up the clock and wearing down that defense, hopefully.
You know, you just said that's a key point. I saw that in the game today. I did a Sharon-Hull game, and Hull was worn down where Sharon just held the ball almost the entire third quarter. That's a very good point you make, because in warmer weather like this, before it gets too much colder, and these guys are just starting the conditioning of the season and stuff too, it's you lose a little bit by having your defense worn down early and often. And Brockton working on the clock with an excellent drive, trying to go to halftime, maybe by being up 8 points. First down from the 13. Again, they go to Jackson. Again, he breaks a tackle. 5. He's going to be close. Stacked up at the goal line. He's over. Touchdown, James Jackson from 13 yards out. And there you see the junior who really spearheaded that drive of 96 yards that put the Brockton Boxers in pay dirt, and they're up now by a score of 13-6.
Yeah, Bob, it looks like Jackson ran under the defenders. As you can see here on the replay, he kind of runs underneath the tacklers.
Right there. Excellent call. Yep. Now watch this. Somehow he worked the ball in right there, and on the left side, everything is stopped up because he's already penetrated the plane of the end zone for the score. Ampuja, number 15, Eric Ampuja, the junior, for the extra point. High snap. Kick is blocked. That's a live football as it bounced back to number 10, Thompson. And play is stopped. The kick is no good. And the teams come back up the field. Brockton adds a big touchdown, however, to make it 13-6.
Definitely, Bob. That is a big touchdown for Brockton at this point of the game.
6:22 to go, and let's see if the Brockton defense now can stand up to what has been a very dangerous Red Raider offense. The ground attack's very much in evidence here tonight. Stefan Gomes, 23, for the guys in white. And how about James Jackson? Number 20 having quite a first half of action for the junior. This is the way he started off last year, too. I tell you, he's a gifted athlete, and he's showing it tonight.
Yes, and like you said, you're so right. Barnstable's a dangerous offense, very dangerous. They could score anytime.
Got to look at big Shane Bester, number 75, who I know you visited with before the game. 6'2", 240 pounds. Let me check that, 6'3", 265. Sorry, I didn't want to take any weight away from him. I was looking at Joe Verdon. Very familiar Notre Dame fight song in the back. Of course, the theme fight song for these Brockton Boxers. From Marciano Stadium, again, glad to be with you. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson. And we're seeing a good one. So again, Ampuja, number 15, to kick off, and some very familiar names. Sumner, number 21, and of course Gomes, 23, back deep. End over end kick. This one a little bit shorter, bouncing. There's Gomes. He picks it up at about the 20, 25-30. Look out again. He's at the 40. Alexander gives chase and escorts him right out to his bench. And thank goodness Alexander did, because Gomes had another head of steam out around midfield.
Yes, Gomes is something else. As you can see, he was just running over people. He's got the moves. Thank God for that player there to run him out of bounds there.
Well, I think Ampuja might be wise next time to kick the ball to the other side of the field. And
Definitely
let's see if Sadi can hurt you, because we know Stefan certainly can. The ball's going to be marked down inside Brockton territory at about the 48-yard line. 1st and 10, and I'll tell you, if you like offensive football, stick around, because both of these teams are mounting up some impressive yardage here in the first half. Gomes in the backfield again, along with Estrella, the up man, number 32. Handoff this time to Estrella, and he breaks it over the Brockton 45 down to about the 44. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Just to keep a good tackle.
And to keep the defense honest. There's your score and your story. The clock running, a 13-6 Boxer lead so far, first half. And we're happy you could be with us. Make a date to come out here to Marciano Stadium next Friday night, as Zavarian is in town. 7 o'clock kickoff once again. And of course, this ball game, not to confuse people, is really a Saturday night game because of Hurricane Floyd. Brockton will call a timeout. This will be a full one. And because of the wet conditions, most of the games were canceled, and this one made up tonight, one day later. But nonetheless, it didn't hamper the crowd any, as we have a tremendous crowd down below here at the ample seating of Marciano Stadium. So Brockton has one more stoppage before the first half. 5:38 to go of a 13-6 Brockton lead. And your feeling so far from what you've seen?
Well, let me tell you, Brockton's defense has come up big when it has to. But what they need here, they need to keep Barnstable from getting a little bit closer to the to their goal line, and hopefully Brockton's offense can get back up on the field before this half runs out.
Okay. Interesting camera shots. I wasn't laughing at you naturally, but we're getting everybody any place.
Yeah, even the cable truck.
You have to be prepared in the cable truck. You could be on TV. So back to the action after the timeout. Second down situation. And 6 to go after the 4-yard run by Estrella. Street again, he'll go to Gomes this time, right side. Look at the downfield block and just pushing the Brockton defense back and picking up a first down will be Gomes. He breaks it down to about the 36 of Brockton. I don't know if we have this again.
Excellent
Steve.
Brockton.
You can see you can see how the offensive line is just pushing that defense back. And we'll work on that for you, but trust me when I tell you, if you're watching your TV set closely, watch the white shirts and the black shirts, and right now the front line white shirts are getting the better of the action. And that's just what Gomes would like with his speed. Back to pass outside, and good for about 10 yards, being tackled out there, number 88, Steve Merlicina, who also does the punting for the squad. On the receiving end, he has about 10.5 yards good on the street to Merlicina hookup. Tackle made in there by number 36, Kareem Nelson, who will work on the 4-4 arrangement defensively when Brockton goes to that defensive deployment. Tackle by Nelson, and the catch again by Merlicina, number 88. Ball marked just at about the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders, here they come. Long count by Street. Hand the ball off to the short guy, Estrella, and he breaks it down to the 20, or close to it. Gain of about 5 on the play.
Excellent tackle by Sean Bello. He saved a big gain on that play by getting him down, tackling him down by the ankles.
Sean Bello wears number 57, a junior, 5'9", 160-pound linebacker. But again, Estrella with a good pickup on first down. Call it 2nd and 5. Just outside the 20-yard line. Here come the Raiders on offense. Pitch again. Gomes looks like he wants to throw. Keep it, and jitterbugs around, and then Brockton's going to have him sewn up maybe. Still dives ahead for about a yard or two. So tough to bring down.
Yes, number 26 for Brockton, the defensive back there,
Matt
Matt Gardner. He didn't go for the bait. He stayed with his receiver, so Gomes wasn't able to pass to him.
Well, I thought Matt Gardner had a fine season defensively last year. Had a great ball game at Leominster, I remember, and the game we covered up there that was won by Brockton rather handily, but just a solid season. He and Millard, and a good play, as you mentioned, right there by number 26. You'll hear a lot of his number being called this year, certainly for Armin Colombo's squad. 3rd down situation, 3rd and about 3. Hand off to Gomes, right side, 1st down and a lot more. Tries to split the difference and lunge for that end zone. He'll be knocked down at about the 1, 1st down and goal. Another great run and another tremendous gaping hole right side for the Red Raiders to plow through.
Yes, let's give credit to the offensive line there. Wide open hole, as you can see on this instant replay.
Just watch the hole right there. Just a gaping hole right side.
He wasn't even touched.
It's Darrell Acker, 79. Bobby Doherty, 66. With some excellent blocking that time. Also Joe Young in there, 43. But give Doherty and Acker a lot of credit in that offensive line for the Red Raiders. From the 1-yard line, looking to try and tie this ball game up right now is Street on the offense. Looks it over. Street will keep it. He's got a lot of room left side. He's going to plunge ahead, stay on his feet for the touchdown. 2:43 to go, 2nd quarter. Street engineering a nice drive and takes it in from 1 yard out to make it a 13-12 ball game.
Yes, Bob, the Brockton defense, you can see on the offense, on the replay here, I think they were fooled
Well, they were looking for the
Yeah.
handoff, and Street just kept the ball and went wide.
The defense was frozen there for just a second, and that's all it takes when you're that close to the goal line.
Absolutely. Great ball fake, and that was it. This will be Darrell Acker, number 79, to try and tie the football game up. Street will hold. The snap, the kick is up, and the kick this time is good. And we're tied at 13. Acker adds the extra point. And a nice drive engineered that time, 48 yards or so on the drive after the nice kickoff return by guess who? Number 23, Stefan Gomes. And the 1-yard run by quarterback Street. Tommy Street takes it in. The extra point ties the ball game up. I tell you, this is going to be the way it's going to be tonight.
Stefan looks like he's all world to me.
Absolutely. And James Jackson isn't exactly far from that universe either.
Definitely so, Bob.
So now Brockton will try and regroup and look to try and regain the lead. And they have plenty of time to do so. They only have one stoppage of the clock, however. So this might be the time you might see Boatwright start to go to the air just a little bit, depending, of course, on the kickoff and field position.
Good point, Bob.
Alexander will be deep, number 28. And he'll be joined back there by Brandon Hill, looks like, 23.
Yeah, that's Brandon.
Yep, that's Brandon Hill. Learning some new numbers and faces. And Acker coming off the good PAT to tie the ball game up will kick off, number 79. And you know what position he plays with 79. He's not going to carry the ball tonight. One of the linemen doing a fine job. From the 40, the kickoff by Acker. Sails down, is picked up by Hill. Hill at the 15, 20, 25. He's got some room. 20, 30, 35, 40, and Hill takes it out to about the 45-yard line. Nice run back that time, about 30-some yards by number 23.
Yes, Brandon Hill, he's a freshman. He's a very electrifying kickoff returner and punt returner. As you can see on the replay here.
Nice move right there. Gets around Domino, number 3. I tell you, he can pick him up and put him down. The tackle made by Clifford Brown, number 1. And excellent field position right here with 2:31 to go. So a lot of time, this is a game going back and forth between two very thriving offenses tonight so far in this football game. But don't forget, Brockton has also come up with 2 great defensive stands to turn the Red Raiders away inside the red zone. That has a big difference in the way things stand right now. Again, out of the eye. Boatwright will keep it on the hip. Drops back. He's got the arm. He's got a man. He's got almost a completion. A great one-on-one coverage. Looking for McMurtry down there in the coverage by number 1, Clifford Brown.
Excellent defensive play by Barnstable.
Get another look. Watch the nice ball fake. Keeping the ball on the hip right here is number 16, senior quarterback Boatwright. He can air it out. Look at that pass. Nearly had his favorite receiver, McMurtry, but good defensive effort that time by Clifford Brown to break it up on one-on-one coverage. 2nd and 10. I'll tell you, people who haven't seen Boatwright, he can really air it out. You saw it right there. Let's see what they call here. Give it to Jackson. Jackson to midfield, and he's finally tackled there. Domino on the bottom, number 3, had some help as well from number 69, and that's Jim Powers.
Strong effort by Jackson there for those 5 yards.
Tough run. So this will bring up a 3rd down situation. 3rd and a little bit, maybe a long 5, short 6 to go for Brockton first down. Ball right there down below at midfield. Clock continues to run. We're at 1:50 and running. 13-13 ball game. Again, the pass. Stepping up, Boatwright in trouble, and he's finally knocked down for the loss.
There wasn't much blocking there on the line as they got in there very quickly. Boatwright didn't have any time at all.
You heard his name before, John Haywood, the big guy, 6'3", 275 pounds, had just enough of the ankle to bring the big quarterback down. It's kick time for Brockton, and Johnson will check into the ball game to do that.
And with 1 minute and 13 seconds left, Barnstable still has a little time left on the clock. As you know, they can score quickly.
Well, Barnstable could call the timeout to conserve the clock right here. They opt not to, as we're 1 minute and counting. Archie Johnson, number 11, lines up at his 35. He'll kick at about the 38. And Sumner, and of course that guy Gomes again, back deep. Twin coverage. And they kick it out of bounds, fortunately for the Boxers, because Gomes was in the area. And I don't mean that as an understatement. Inside the 20 down to about the 17. So a nice kick that time by Johnston on the punt. Just trying to figure out the yardage. About 34, 35 on the kick. No return. 1st and 10 in this tie ball game with 43 seconds to go.
Well, with 43 seconds left to go, it wouldn't surprise me at all, Bob, if Barnstable ran the ball.
One of our camera personnel right there getting some shots for you. We will have the names of all the camera people and the people working the truck. They're your neighbors. They volunteer. They do all the hard work so you can enjoy it at home. Put your feet up because this will be a good one. You'll want their work so you can enjoy this ball game because it should be quite a second half. Street has Brown in the backfield behind Estrella this time. So you got to watch out where Gomes might be. Handoff this time to Estrella. They're going to just run out the quarter here. 37, clock moves, short gain on the play. It'll be a 2nd down situation. Gain of 3, call it 2nd and 7. Some pretty impressive yards gained here in the first half of play. Two startlingly effective offenses here in the first half of play. 15 seconds and counting, and this should do it for the first half of play. Street will drop back to make a liar out of me, and this long launch will stop the clock with about 5 seconds. We will have one more effort. So 3rd down situation and 7, time for one more play right here. Street tries to cross up the Brockton defense and throw the home run ball, looking for the quick score.
Definitely so, Bob. I'm very surprised at that.
Well, trying to catch you off guard, that's the name of the game. Just like on the 4th down play, everybody in the house, including myself, looking for Gomes to carry the ball. They gave it to Estrella on the Brockton stoppage, or I should say Joe Young, actually, on the up man. Look for the unexpected. Time for one more play. 5 seconds to go in this tie game. First half. Give it again to Estrella. Plunges it to the 25, and that's going to wrap it up. First half of play. Clock shows zeros, and we're in a tie ball game. Miles Jackson, we've had all kinds of fun here in the first half of play, and the fans who have come to see this one on this Saturday night encounter are not disappointed, to say the least.
Not at all, Bob. It's very interesting, though. Like I said, 2 big defensive plays by the Brockton defense. If not for those defensive plays, this game might be a 2-touchdown difference.
Could easily have been that, no question about it. Miles and I will be back. We'll take a pause right here, and we'll be back with more action shortly. The score again at halftime, Brockton and Barnstable knotted up at 13 here in the home opener for the Brockton Boxers, looking for win number 2 here at Marciano Stadium. We'll be back. We'll take a pause right now here on your BCA Game of the Week, and we'll be back with more action. And we are back for the second half of tonight's ball game, the home opener for the Brockton Boxers. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson in a 13-13 game. Barnstable here in town against the Brockton Boxers, and we've had a whale of a first half, Miles.
Yes, we have, Bob. It's been a back-and-forth battle here in the first half. It's been basically a running game, Bob.
Yes, it has. I want to say a special hello to Danny Cowell and his dad, Mark Cowell, longtime Brockton Boxer fans. They've joined us here in our special broadcast facility, and want to say hello to those two as they root on the Boxers here in a very big ball game as the Boxers try to go 2-0 on the young season. And Barnstable in their first ball game, very impressive offensively if you've been with us. Of course, Stefan Gomes carrying the load, big touchdown run of 73 yards, second play from scrimmage, and of course a nice touchdown in his own right by Street to tie this ball game up on a point after touchdown by Acker. We stand knotted at 13.
Yes, very good point, Bob. Barnstable, this is their first game, and they look pretty crisp. They haven't really miscued any plays. They've been running right up the middle. They've been getting all their blocking assignments by the front line, which have been excellent, opening up big holes for number 23.
How can we forget him?
Mr. Gomes.
And Mr. Gomes is having a night. Right now, Brockton getting set to receive the football to start the second half. Acker will kick off, number 79. Deep men back will be Robert Alexander, number 28. And also back along with him again, having a nice run back, the freshman Brandon Hill. Hill at the top of your screen or on the right side and Alexander to the left. And you really have to watch out for this young freshman. Had a great run back of about 30-35 yards the last time he got his hands on the ball. All set to go, 22 more minutes of football. Acker will dribble this one through to keep it away from Hill. The ball picked up nicely and a good run back, 40-45, out to midfield before being knocked out of bounds is number 44, James Campbell, a senior, 5'11", 215 pounds, and he brings the ball into Barnstable territory. Excellent field position enjoyed by the Boxers on that kickoff.
Yes, James Campbell, he knew what to do with the ball when he got it, was run straight up field for very good yardage.
Actually, they're going to mark the ball down at the Boxer 49. Nonetheless, excellent field position. Good run by Campbell, as you mentioned, around the left side, being forced out of bounds in front of the Barnstable bench. And Eric Boatwright, the senior. And this has been mostly a ground attack tonight. As a matter of fact, I can't remember. I don't think Boatwright has any passing yards in the first half.
None at all.
Just trying to recall that. We don't have the stats to our ready, unfortunately. We'll work on that. Boatwright trying to set things up right here. Goes up top. And almost, the ball thrown a little bit short that time behind the intended receiver, Matt Gardner, number 26.
That was good coverage by Barnstable. The ball a little bit overthrown.
It's a little bit behind Gardner, who had a step on his man, actually had to reach back for that ball, nearly made the catch. Boatwright not bashful about throwing that ball, and he's got a good lively arm. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Tied at 13, just underway. And a good one. Glad you can be on hand for this one. Again, the reminder, next Friday's Zavarian here. Let's be here live, and you can enjoy this on tape delay. Out of the eye again. Boatwright looks it over, gives to the up man, fakes it. Pitch outside to Jackson, avoids one tackler, 50, 40, 35. He's got the first down, ridden out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Another nice play by James Jackson. The tackle made, number 69, is Tim Powers.
Yes, James Jackson did that all on speed, coming to the outside here. Excellent run by James as he outran the defender from behind the line of scrimmage there.
And a great fake that time by Boatwright. Had yours truly up a tree on that one. I had Millard carrying that ball, but it was obviously Jackson. Good for a first down. Ball inside Barnstable territory, straight up at the 35. So let's see if Brockton can regain control of this football game, which has seesawed back and forth throughout the whole first half. Give it to Millard this time. Nice gain, the quick hitter, 35-30, all the way down to the 21-22-yard line. Nice pickup that time of about 13 yards on the quick hitter by Millard, and how quick he is from the fullback slot.
Excellent run by Millard for fullback. Good size, good speed. Follow his blockers for a great gain.
I was going to say, great play call by Armin Colombo. You have to keep that defense honest. This time, instead of the fake to number 45, you give it to him, and the quick hitter nets 13 yards. So Brockton just outside the red zone, really in control, taking over in the initial drive on offense. Pass Millard, I should say, sorry.
Boatwright.
Boatwright, yep, thank you. Throwing out on the flat and overthrew his intended receiver, incomplete. Had a man wide open that time too.
Brockton looks good here in this second half, coming out very crisp, attacking the defense, and going straight downfield. That's a good sign.
Barnstable did not cover Ellis McMurtry, 21. And so far, those two have yet to hook up, but you're going to hear those two names hooking up quite a bit this year if you're a Boxer fan. 10:03, the clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Let's see if they go back to Jackson this time. Boatwright will give it to Jackson. Quick hitter left side. Nice step inside by Jackson. Close to the first down. What a great move as he spins his way for another 2 yards and very close to the sticks.
Excellent spin by Jackson there to gain another 5 yards.
Get another look at it right here. The quick hitter left side and some great blocks. There's this move
Beautiful.
We're talking about. He got another 2 or 3 yards. Let's credit a great block by Thomas Frazier, number 73. Really blew his man off the line. And a big hole left side for the junior to scamper through. Just short of the first down, pickup of 9, 2nd and 1. And a little confusion in the backfield here is going to force a timeout called by Brockton. Let's see if they go the 20 on this one. Timeout, 22nd timeout. So again, if you're just joining us, the new rule this year, you're allowed 5 stoppages, but instead of 5 straight timeouts, you get 3 fulls and 2 20-seconds. And the T sign signaled by the ref is just that, the 22nd timeout. Getting a lot of look at Eric Boatwright tonight. 6'4", 220 pounds, the quarterback. Can also double as a defensive back. Mostly on offense this year is his responsibility. And he runs a good one. We'll split the backs behind number 16. 3rd and 1. Quick hitter, Millard, first down and more. He carries some tacklers with him close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 6 or 7.
Great hole by the Brockton offensive line there. Millard went right through it for a first down.
Well, we talk about how quick he is, also how durable he is and strong, as he carries at least 2 tacklers with him for another couple of yards. Just outside the 5-yard line, Brockton very much in control. As we talked about before, trying to keep that red and white defense on the field and wear them down a little bit as the action progresses. They'll mark it close to the 7. First down and goal from that point. Just under 9 minutes, it's been all Brockton here in the initial drive in the second half. Now a little movement here. Premature movement that time as Brandon Leach missed the count. That'll cost Brockton 5 and push it back.
Yeah, the offensive line a little bit anxious. A little bit anxious.
Premature, yep, absolutely. You see the mark off. Push it back 5 yards to the 12. It remains first and goal from that point. And again, just a beautiful night. That flag has been limp on the flagpole. There is no wind advantage in this game. And in just a few minutes, when we have a break, we'll run down all the list of volunteers. We want to give a special thank you, Miles and I, for all their coverage tonight. Hard work.
Definitely so.
From the 12, first and goal. Boatwright, again he slips. And again, the tackle made by Tim Powers, number 69, having a strong game. But the footing, very suspect in the middle of that field. 2 slips by Boatwright and 1 by his counterpart Street for the Red Raiders tonight.
Definitely so, Bob. Very good defensive play there. It didn't seem to fool anybody as the defense was right on that. Give credit to Boatwright for making something out of nothing. It was going to be a loss, but I believe he made it back to the line of scrimmage or close to it.
Boy, I tell you, the horrors of the red zone tonight. Both teams struggling. And Armin Colombo having another tete-a-tete with his quarterback, knowing the importance in a tie game of cashing in and getting some points on the board here. Second down situation. Another fumble. This time that ball is loose. The scramble goes on. I think Boatwright recovered. It's back around the 15-yard line, so Brockton heading in the wrong direction. It's going to be facing a 3rd and long situation right here from the 15, 3rd and goal.
Yes, Bob, looking at that Barnstable line, you got some real hogs up on that line. Here's the replay.
That ball's loose right through the wickets, but somehow Boatwright gets back and recovers.
Yeah, he was lucky to recover that football.
You talk about hogs, you're absolutely right. 2 big guys that we talk about. 69 Tim Powers, 5'9", 230, but the big hog that you're talking about is John Haywood, who's had a couple mentions tonight. 6'3", 275 pounds, only a junior. So he'll be back at the trough next year. 3rd down and goal from the 15. Clock moves with 6:40 to go. We're tied. Boatwright will air it out. Watch the rush. Gets it away. This is going to be picked off. And it's Estrella back at about the 5-yard line on the interception of a Boatwright pass. That's going to turn the ball over on the big INT.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, that's the first time I've seen Boatwright really throw a pass right to the defender. Basically, it was a little bit underthrown.
Good rush up top coming at you. Number 21, Sadie Sumter, making Boatwright come out of his rhythm just a little bit and rush that ball, and you see 32 Estrella.
Definitely so, Bob.
On the interception, so a big turnover right there. And again, we've said this a few times, from the 4-yard line, 3 times tonight the defense has held the opposition, and all 3 times has started from the 4-yard line. Brockton did take a 96-yard drive all the way down for the touchdown once when they had it. This is Gomes, and Gomes is dumped after a short gain. Nice play by Sean Bello. You've heard his name called before, the junior linebacker, with a nice hit, number 57.
Yes, Sean was right in on that play behind the line of scrimmage on Gomes. So definitely a good play on Bellows.
And you're right, you are. Actually, maybe a gain of 1. Will be charitable, half a yard. It's going to be 2nd and long. Great play by Bello to shut down Gomes. One of the few times number 23 has been knocked off his pins early. He has amassed a lot of yardage in this ball game. 2nd down and long. Gomes in the backfield with Estrella, gets the pitch wide left. Tries to step inside, does so, and plunges ahead. And he'll be out over the 10 at about the 12, about 2 yards short, maybe 3 yards short of a 1st down. So a big 3rd down play upcoming for the Red Raiders right here. And a nice run by Gomes, again making something out of nothing.
Yes, he did, Bob.
3rd down situation, we'll call it a long 2 to go. Clock rolling on. We play 11-minute quarters.
Give Brockton's defense credit on this series of plays. They're making Barnstable earn that 1st down.
This is the play they really have to stiffen on. Watch Gomes, he might go up top this time. And he does. And this is going to be very close to the 1st down depending on the spot. This is very, very close. Actually, he should have the 1st down. He does. He really had to make to the 14. He got out to the 15. As I got the glasses on it, I saw that he did pick up the 1st down. Official signals it. Nice move by Gomes. Stepping inside, got just enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, that was a good defensive play. Unfortunately, Barnstable only needed a few yards for 1st down.
So a big 1st down conversion by Mr. Everything tonight, Stefan Gomes, number 23. And the ball just outside the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Here he is again, and Brockton starting to stiffen up. Sean Bello once again, number 57. Short gain, maybe a yard at best that time for Gomes. Another nice play by the junior.
Yes, it seems the Brockton defense has made some adjustments in this 2nd half to hold up Gomes for the moment.
Well, I think the defensive line is stiffening up. They're not getting blown off the football quite as much as they were the 1st half. Playing a little tougher and getting better penetration, and that allows the linebackers to tee off a little bit more too. Nice play by Bello, short gain on the play, 2nd and 9. Out of the eye, Estrella the up man, Gomes deep. Give it to the up man, Estrella, and again there's Sean Bello grabbing onto an ankle as Estrella takes the ball over the 20, close to maybe the 21. 3rd down situation upcoming, about 4 yards, 5 yards to go. Another nice play by Sean Bello.
Yeah, Sean Bellows, he's into this football game right now.
Playing very well.
Very heady defense.
Big 3rd down play here, Miles. Let's see if Brockton can stiffen here and force the punt. And let's see what happens. We have not seen a punt for the Red Raiders tonight. Man in motion's Estrella. They'll give the ball to the big guy. Nice tackle that time. It's going to be short of the first down. Nice hit by Mark Millard. Should be about a yard short, I believe. We'll see how they unstack it. Great hit by Millard. He just lowered the shoulder right into number 23, Gomes.
Definitely so, Bob.
And he's going to be short by at least a yard. Fourth down situation. DeMonch with a decision. I think you have to kick it away here. 2:50 the clock runs. We're tied at 13. The key number to watch is Steve Merlicina, number 88. And I don't see him in the ball game. Right now, we're going to have a stoppage of play. I think Brockton's going to call the timeout. Yes, they do. And a full one is called. Now, Merlicina is the normal kicker, number 88. And I don't see him in the ball game right now. So if this is going to be a fourth down situation, you're going for it. You're putting a lot of chips on the table for this one.
Yes, they are, Bob. But I think Barnstable's coaches have a lot of confidence in that Barnstable front line there, that offensive line. They have to, and because they're down in their own territory.
No question about that. Timeout called by the Brockton Boxers. 2:38 to go of a tie ball game in the third quarter. It's been that tight. If you've been with us all the way, this is one that's gone back and forth. The coaching staff huddling with the defense as you're in on the huddle. And while we have a second, let's thank these fine people who have given their time for you. Producer and overall boss in charge, good friend Mark Lindy. Our director in the truck, Steve Roy. Doing the audio, Mark Lindy. Replay and graphics, Lori Barris. On the cameras tonight, Bruce Driscoll and Danny Driscoll, Mike Melanson and Walt Sawyer, and boy, are they doing a fine job. You're getting some great views. My thanks to Miles Jackson, my fellow announcer, Bob Sant, I'm with you. And also special thanks to Athletic Director Tom Pileski for his help and support. And glad to be with you once again for Brockton Community Access.
Yeah, Coach Colombo called that timeout. I guess he wanted the Barnstable players and coaches to think about what they're going to do here, and they're still going to go for it.
Yes, they are. Boy, how crucial is this? Ball from the 24-yard line has to get to the 25. Well, you got to give it to Gomes here. They do. Gomes fumbles the ball. Who has it? That ball's still loose. May have gotten it back. If he did, he has a first down. So it makes it so interesting that that ball is not round. It can go anywhere.
Yeah, that was a big hit on by the Brockton players to get that ball loose from Gomes.
Well, Gomes recovered his fumble, and Barnstable's going to have a first down. Now we're going to have a measurement first. This one I don't think will go Brockton's way, but we'll wait. 2.5 minutes showing, and the officials call the timeout. The chain gang will trot across the field. We'll see if we get another look at it. I think he should have the first down.
He should have it.
But just to make it official, the official found the chain gang second-guessed him last time in a big inside the 5-yard line situation. This could be equally as crucial if he's wrong this time, but I think he's going to be correct in his judgment. And there is the first down. So Barnstable with a little break that time. The fumble by the unerring Stefan Gomes, who's done everything right tonight. And this time recovering the fumble with just enough to get the first down beyond the 25-yard line.
Brockton's defense almost came up big on that play. Unfortunately, the ball bounced back into Gomes' hands.
I still like the way the Brockton defense is playing,
Definitely
as I know you do. I mean, they're getting a better charge on the football. The blocking is, they're not getting blown off the ball, and the Sean Bello and others certainly getting some good charges. Millard with a good tackle before. A lot of names we're calling now more on defense than offense. So here it is on first down and 10. And nice play this time. Estrella is going to be denied the 30. He's going to have about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Great defensive play by Thomas Frazier, number 73. He's stiffened up Estrella, and I'll tell you, Tom Frazier goes 6'1", 260 pounds for the senior, and he put every bit of the lumber as you get a look at number 73. Good play, Thomas Frazier.
Right again, Bob. As you can see, this second half, this Brockton defense, everybody is getting involved, which they'll have to do in order to beat this Barnstable team.
Right you are. Right now, a second down situation. Pick up of about 3. Call it 2nd and 7. Street looks over on the side, and this one pass is dropped. Looking over there for number 43, Joe Young. Not so mighty on that play as the ball bounces off the intended receiver's hands, incomplete. Be a 3rd and 7 situation.
I think Joe was ready to run with the football before he had it.
I think you're right. Good point. Not a bad pass by Tommy Street.
Right in his hand.
He's had a couple dropped. Estrella's dropped one. Now Young has dropped one. He tiptoes to the sidelines to have a word with head coach DeMonch. 3rd and 7, another big play for the Brockton defense here. Now you got to look for 23 again. Now let's see. In the backfield, they're going to find 23. He's up on top because you've got Brown in back of Estrella. The fake, the rollout, the pass nicely down here is to Estrella, and he's got the first down, knocked off his feet at about the 45 of Brockton, but not before he's got the first down. Big pass play, good rollout play, and a high percentage play by DeMonch's Red Raiders.
Yes, Bob, I noticed that these Barnstable backfield men have been coming out, have been wide open every time that the quarterback has thrown to him. Brockton might need to bring to attention that on the sidelines.
Nice rhythm on that play, too. Good ball fake by number 12, rolling outside and finding his intended receiver, number 32, Estrella, coming out of the backfield. So 1st down and 10, just outside of their own 45-yard line. We're under a minute in this tie ball game. And it's going to be tight all the way down to the wire. You can bet on it. So a couple plays before the end of the 3rd stanza. From the 45. Rush is on. Here's the pass downfield. Let's see if there was any contact. Incidental. Finger pointing all around, but the pass is going to be incomplete. Incidental contact downfield at the Brockton 30-yard line will make it a 2nd down and 10 situation. McMurtry seemed to get tied up down there.
Yeah, it looked like there was some contact by the offensive player more than anything. Good refereeing out there.
I don't know if we have that against Steve in the truck. We'll let the fans. No, he didn't get it. Okay, well, we stand corrected. That's why you got to pay attention to your set. You never know. 13-13 game, every play is a big one. It's a 2nd down and 10 situation from the 45. 38 seconds to go now. Gomes in the backfield. He'll get the ball. Big surprise, right side, 30, 50, 45. Very close to the 1st down. Where they mark it will be key as to whether he has the 10 yards good for the 1st down. Very close. We'll have an official measure. Oh, he's got the 1st down. 1st down, Barnstable, 10 yards on the gain again by Stefan Gomes. What a game he's having.
Yeah, that was a good run by Gomes. He earned all of that.
He certainly did. Ball in Boxer territory. The clock runs with 15 seconds to go. Street is in no rush. He may be content just to let it count out. And that's exactly what's going to be the case. That'll do it here in the 3rd quarter of play. So we're tied at 13, heading into 11 more minutes of football before this big crowd at Marciano Stadium. You don't want to go away from your set. We told you it was going to be close, and it's every bit that. No scoring 3rd quarter as the defenses really rose to the occasion.
Yes, you got to give credit to these coaches at halftime. They adjusted well on defense. And as you can see the outcome, nobody scored in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, so it's prediction time. You going with the Patriots or the Colts tomorrow?
Well, I tell you, my heart's with the Patriots. But, you know, the Colts beat the Bills the week before.
I know that. And the Patriots knocked off the Jets. I'm going with the Pats. I have to believe they're going to stop James, although he'll probably have a good game and cause some heart failure over in Foxborough. But I think the Patriots might just put it together tomorrow.
I think the 12th player on that team would be the fans.
Let's
Definitely,
hope so.
They'll be rocking and rolling down in Foxborough.
Certainly going to have a good weather day to play that ball game like we have had for tonight's ball game, which you're enjoying between Brockton and Barnstable. Tied at 13 going into quarter number 4. Bob Sondheim along with Miles Jackson, happy to be with you for BCA football tonight. And we invite your comments. Please feel free. Anything we can do to help make it more enjoyable for your Brockton football action, let us know. So when play resumes, we have a 1st down and 10 situation from the Brockton 45-yard line after pickup of 10 yards by Gomes. And you get a nice look right there at the Brockton band, and what a show they put on at halftime. Some very familiar music, especially from Broadway. Back to pass a street, heavy rush, pass downfield, big coverage. Throwing into triple coverage that time is Street, looking for Gomes. Excellent coverage defensively by the Brockton secondary, and the pass incomplete.
Yeah, good defense that time by Brockton. As you said, triple coverage.
Absolutely. Gardner was back there, number 26. McMurtry, 21. Also, Anthony Montero, 35. And the triple coverage for an intended Gomes reception that went for naught. Pass incomplete, 2nd and 10. This seems to be the play they have to try and shut them down on. Brown in the backfield. He's got the ball, and the Brockton Boxers have number 1 for a loss of a couple. Leading the charge in there again is Thomas Frazier, number 73, having a whale of a game here in the 2nd half. He gets off the turf. You see him right there.
Yes, it was nice to see some gang tackling there.
Pike in on the action as well. Frazier comes out. And a well-deserved rest for big number 73. He's had a good 2nd half of play. This is a big 3rd down situation. Loss of 1, maybe 2. Call it 1. Call it 3rd and 11 now. Ball back to the Brockton 46-yard line.
Yes, it is, Bob. A big 3rd down situation right here.
Let's see. The Red Raiders have yet to punt the ball in this football game. Brockton would like to make him do it. Good protection for quarterback Street. He looks to run the ball, gets away. A slip right there. He's close to the sticks. He's going to be short. And a flag goes down. Let's check the marker.
Yeah, I think it's a face mask, Bob.
And if it is a face mask, that will give the Red Raiders another 1st down. And that is what, judging by the reaction of Gardner, I think you're absolutely right on the call. Gardner's shaking his head. And after this mark-off, the Raiders will have another 1st down. The tackle was short of the 1st down, but there you see face mask. And the personal foul face mask, the major, is going to be marked off.
That hurts.
Oh, boy, does that hurt. Mark off the 15 yards down to the 21-yard line. So it's not just the 5-yard garden variety, it's the big major one. Down to the 21. 1st and 10 from that point as the Red Raiders look to go back on top in this football game with 9:52 to go.
Yeah, Brockton defense is definitely going to have to suck it up now and get right down to it.
Street looks it over. Sole guy in the backfield is a familiar one, Gomes, 23. Estrella goes in motion. Handed to Gomes. Steps outside. He's got 5. He's got about 9 yards. And he brings the ball down inside the 15, down to about the 13 or 12. Let's see where they mark the ball. A little bit short of the 1st. He's got about 9. On that play, it'll be 2nd and 1. Boy, this guy is impressive.
Yes, he is. He was bouncing off runners there, spinning, bouncing, twirling, whatever it takes.
Well, he's getting some great line play, but as you mentioned, it's the extra spinning and twisting that gets you the extra 2 or 3 yards that makes the difference. And this guy has got it all. He's got the whole package. So it's 2nd and 1. Now you got Estrella in the back. He's got the ball. He's the guy, the bull. And boy, I tell you, Brockton straightens him up. There's Frazier, 73, one more time. And he's joined by Reaganson Roger. And I have the name right. Reaganson is the first name and Roger is the last name. One of your more unusual football names, or just names for that matter.
No fooling the Brockton line there.
And no gain on the play. Down, actually a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 2. So the clock moves relentlessly onward, 8:20 to go. Big 3rd down play in 2-down territory for the Red Raiders. Pitch it to Gomes. He goes right side. And with the extra lunge, what an effort by 23. He's going to be very close to the 1st.
Excellent effort by Gomes.
Boy, I thought Millard and company had him stacked up. What a great athletic move that time by the halfback to lunge ahead. It's going to be very close. 4th down. 4th down by about the length of a football.
What do you think they're going to do, Bob?
I think they're going to go ahead with Gomes. Well, I mean, you got a guy like Acker that can kick the ball. There's no wind. but they're going to talk it over first. And this is going to be the T sign, so a 20-second variety. Got to get used to that. That's different. There's an Armin Colombo, and he's very concerned. Perfect slate of 1-0. He's looking to extend it to 2-0, but he's run into another buzzsaw. This very stubborn Barnstable team that knocked him off 14-12, and we're almost at the same score this time. And Barnstable with a big 4th down situation right here, 4th and a little more than the length of a football to pick up a 1st down. So they'll call the timeout, the 22nd, and we're back to action. And Brockton better be ready. Well, Gomes will be in the backfield, no surprise, and he's the sole member of the backfield right now. The keeper, and I don't know.
If he made it, it was on the second effort.
If he made it, I'm not so sure he did. It's going to be the spot that's going to be the important thing right here. I tell you, quarterback Street just got bent backwards. And the ball spotted. It's going to be very close. We're going to have a measurement right here. Or are we?
Officials timeout.
We will remind you, as the timekeeper just reminded me, there is overtime, so we want to remind you of that. And I'll tell you something, where this ball is placed, this is going to be extremely close right here. This will go inches either way. So rather than speculate, Miles, let's leave it in the hands of the officials.
First down.
Well, actually, not quite. About 3/4 of a football. I thought it was going to be a little closer than that. But it is a 1st down.
Great effort by the quarterback.
Yeah, Street really got crunched in half that time, but still had the presence to push that ball forward. So the ball, 1st down and 10. Now, important to note here is that Barnstable still can pick up a 1st down without a touchdown. That ball outside of the 10-yard line at the 11. So it's 1st down and 10 from the 11-yard line. The clock starts with 7.5 minutes to go.
Brockton's defense must keep its composure here.
No, that's right. They have to stiffen. They've done it before. They've turned away the Raiders in the red zone twice before in this game. Estrella in motion. The fake, no, the handoff goes to Gomes. He breaks it inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line, and I'll tell you, he's so quick. Those 1st and 2nd steps are what scouts look at, colleges look at, and no exception. He's got the quick feet and hits that hole very hard.
Yes, that was an excellent play there with a man in motion, and as he turned upfield, that's where Gomes followed.
Inside the 5 at about the 4, call it the 3. It's going to be 2nd and a long 2 to go. Great pickup on 1st down in very difficult territory for the Red Raiders as they look to go up in this football game. Clock, of course, a factor. Here's a fumble. That ball's still loose, and Brockton has it. And let's see who has it. It came up so quickly. I'm not sure if Jeff Pike got it.
Jeff Pike, I believe, had it. Jeff Pike
was 66. Let's play it again. If we have it, yes, we do have this. Watch on your screen. Street never really had possession of this ball.
No, he didn't.
The ball loose. It is Jeff Pike.
Jeff Pike was right in there, right behind the line of scrimmage. Was able to capitalize on that play.
Good for you, swimming Jeff Pike. And a big turnover.
Big turnover.
Third time in the red zone. Miles, I'll tell you, this ball game is wild and woolly.
Brockton's defense stepped up one more time.
Didn't they, though? 6.5 minutes to go, and a reminder once again, as I was reminded, that there is overtime in this football game. But there's still plenty of time between that happening. Boatwright, again, from the 4-yard line. And he just plunges ahead himself and picks up, I'd say, about 5 yards on the play, and the quarterback keeper gets some daylight as big number 16 goes to the sideline to find out what shall be called on a 2nd and 5 situation. I'll tell you, the magic 4-yard line. We've had 4 stoppages by the defenses, and they've all been on the 4-yard line. Now, one time, the last time Brockton did it and started on the 4, you know the result. They took it all the way for a touchdown.
Yeah, what Brockton needs to do here is march it down the field and eat up this clock.
Absolutely right. And let's see how they control that offense and try to control the line of scrimmage. Got to look for Jackson. He wears number 20. quick pass this time, low, and as soon as the knee goes down, the play is over. Patrick Emmanuel made the catch, and his knee goes down, so the play is finished. Actually, a loss on that play.
Yeah, that was a low pass by Eric.
Oh, incomplete. They ruled it
incomplete. Okay.
Thank you. So the incomplete forward pass, it's now a 3rd and 5 situation. This is, of course, big for 2 reasons. One, the closest of the game, a tie ball game, but also the field position. It's so important to keep possession of that ball and try to kill some of the clock and go for the score. It's a big play. Out of the eye, the up man is Millard, and of course Jackson dotting. The pitch goes to Jackson, no surprise here. Trying to turn the corner, and he's not going to be able to do so. Great defensive play by number 82, Travis Glatke, the cornerback coming up from his slot and closing quickly.
Excellent defense by Barnstable. As you can see, they're really fired up over that last play. That will give them some momentum when they get the ball back.
Well, look for Archie Johnston, number 11, into the ball game for another punt. Good play by the defense of the red and white to really shut down the Boxers. And we approach 5 minutes straight up in this football game. Still plenty of time for anything to happen.
Yes, excellent outside pursuit there, as they know James Jackson is a fast running back. They did a very good job on keeping him to the outside, basically.
And everybody looking for that play. Glatke was not to be fooled, came up quickly from the cornerback slot. Johnston standing in the middle of his end zone will kick from behind the goal line. Oh, bad snap. This is going to be a safety. Oh boy, that's a 2-pointer right there. I was just going to say it's so important to have the good snap from center to give your kicker enough time, and Johnson had no chance on that one.
You're so right, Bob, so right there.
Wow, 15-13 in a shocking situation, just hushes this crowd down below. So now Brockton will kick the ball from their 20.
That's right, Barnstable gets the ball back.
Yes, they sure do. And they get the big 2 points on the scoreboard. And this crowd has absolutely gone silent. So an unfortunate turn of events right there, as Johnson had to kick from his end zone. Had no chance at that ball, as you see the punter walking away. There is your score, and there we are, and happy to be with you. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the ball game. And Brockton will huddle on the sideline. Now it's just a question, do you place kick it or do you punt it? Most teams punt the ball to try to get the hang time. However, it looks like they might try and kick it off right here. Eric Ampusha, number 15, is the kickoff man. Lines up with the tee at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Bob, I know Joseph Vernon, number 76, who's the center snapper there. He's feeling very bad, but what he has to do is to shake it off and get back in there in that game and concentrate.
He's had a good game otherwise. Just
yes,
an unfortunate break that time. In a game of breaks, and a lot of those breaks have really gone the way of the Red Raiders here in the second half, especially the Gomes fumble picking up the first down a while ago. And Puja meets with his team. Let's see if Brockton tries to go onside, or will they kick it deep with 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. The deep men, of course, number 21, Sadie Sumter, and of course Gomes. They'll kick it away and blast it. And a nice kick here. Ball rolling down the 20. Picked up down there by Gomes. And he's going to draw some attention. He's going to be knocked down inside the 30 at about the 26-yard line.
There's a
marker
flag on
down
the
on the play. Yep, we'll see what that's all about. And a real nice job that time by Impusha, kicking from his own 20 and pinning Barnstable, at least for the moment, inside their own 30-yard line. Great job. The bad news, however, we'll wait for the flag. Holding is going to be the call, so that'll march it back another 10 yards inside the 20. So now the task is very simple. The bad news, as I mentioned, is that the score is now 15-13 after the safety. It sailed over Johnson's head out of the end zone. No chance and an automatic 2 points. Now, of course, you have to shut them down right here and employ the rest of your timeouts to save the clock.
Yes, what Coach Colombo would like his defense to do is have a 3 and out and have Boatwright and company get back in there, and hopefully something can happen.
Well, the defense has played heady ball here in the second half of play. The only point scored was the safety just a few moments ago, the difference in the game. This is Brown, number 1. He plunges up to the 20, shut down there, short gain on the play, and the clock runs. So second down situation, Clifford Brown on the carry, number 1. And Brown himself is only a sophomore.
I guess it's safe to assume, Bob, that probably the game plan for Barnstable right now is to run the ball.
I think you can take that one to the bank. Absolutely. Yes, indeedy. So out to the 20 goes Brown. Second down situation, pickup of 3. We're under 4 minutes to go. This is a big play right here. And if you run it, if you're Armin Colombo, you have to think about stopping the clock. Brown tries to go outside with a deep cut and does so and has the first down and is knocked out of bounds. He took a big chance, but he knew his speed, and he turned the corner and beat the Brockton defense wide to pick up the first down.
Again, speed was the key to that play there, because it looked like there were 2 Brockton defenders behind the line of scrimmage there, and it looked like they had them, but like you said, Clinton Brown's speed,
speed kills,
came into effect right there.
Good news for Brockton if there is any. Despite the first down, he's knocked out of bounds. Out to the 32-yard line it went that time. A pickup of 12 by Brown. First down and 10. Timeout called right away by Street as he approaches the line of scrimmage. And we will have a timeout call. This is going to be a 20-second variety. 3:39 to go in this football game, the opener of the season here at Marciano Stadium. 15-13 in favor of the Red Raiders. And I don't have to tell you, but it was a 2-point decision last year, and right now, that's the margin staring at us from the scoreboard. And there it is. Our thanks once again, let me run those names down because these people do a great job. Mark Lindy, producer and also on audio tonight. Our director in the truck has been Steve Roy, who I really have to personally thank for doing a great job for me, especially on the road last year. Steve was down at Barnstable. He went out to Leominster, just did a great job. Lori Barris on replay and graphics. Thank you, Lori. Bruce Driscoll and Danny Driscoll on cameras. Mike Melanson on a camera. And a very helpful guy, Walt Sawyer, on a camera as well. Getting a look right here as we're back to live action. Gomes takes it out past the 42, out to about the 43-yard line, close to the first down, and I believe he has it. They'll move the sticks again. And my thanks to you, Miles, and also a special thanks to Tom Pileski, the AD here at Brockton High, for his hospitality, making us feel comfortable. And we're happy to be on covering an excellent ball game tonight. Both of these squads primed and ready to go in the home opener for the Boxers. 3:15 to go, and the clock is rolling along. Big run by Gomes to pick up another first down. Inside handoff this time in a short gain. And timeout call by the Boxers. Yep, that's going to be it. Mighty Joe Young was the guy carrying the ball, 43. Timeout by Brockton. After a short gain of 2 yards, they have to step in and hope that the defense can hold and prevail.
Yeah, definitely. They need a 3 and out now.
Now 3:02 to go. Still plenty of time in the game. And don't forget, when you have a guy like Boatwright in his arm, anytime, even though it's been a little bit lean pickings tonight because most of the action's been on the ground, Eric Boatwright is not to be denied. He has sold me as a good quarterback, and he can deliver the goods.
Yes, he can, Bob.
Timeout called with 3:02 to go. The ball resting down below at the 45-yard line of Barnstable. They took the ball from their own 18 on this drive. Street looks it over. Keep it on the ground to Gomes. Gomes is wrapped up nicely that time. And the first to get to him is number 85, Jamal Garrison.
Excellent play by Jamal.
A junior, nice play, two-way player, plays tight end as well. There's been the star of the night, Gomes. Still cruises ahead for about 2 or 3 yards even when Garrison met him. So big third down situation. The clock runs this time with 2:32 and running.
Again, Brockton's defense is asking to step up one more time here and make a big play.
And if they do, then you can step in and call the timeout so you don't waste some more time, because you know this one will probably, though not definitely, will probably stay on the ground. And watch 23 going wide. 23 will go more up the middle and beat you that way in first down. And the tackle made by Montero, but not before the hero of the night, 23, Gomes, has yet another first down inside Brockton real estate. And he takes the ball all the way down to the Brockton 41.
And that time, for the first time in the second half, a big hole was opened up for Gomes to run through. As was mentioned before, this second half, Brockton's been doing a pretty good job containing Gomes.
I thought maybe he might go wide. He went right up the middle, but as you say, great line play. And this offensive line for Barnstable, Brian Barnacle, Tim Powers, Bobby Doherty, Darrell Acker doing a great job, Kevin Friel as well, providing some big holes, mostly for number 23. On a first down call, again Gomes, and again he works his way through before Alexander meets him, short of the first down at the Brockton 35. 1:34 to go, and Brockton steps in and calls a timeout. And now they just have to shoot the works right here because the clock is winding down, and so are the timeouts for the guys in black and red.
Yes, definitely the clock is definitely not on Brockton's side this time around.
15-13, the difference is safety a few moments ago.
Coach Colombo went into that defensive huddle just a second ago and basically gave his 2 cents worth.
Nice camera shot of our camera guy. We all have a lot of fun here, I'll tell you. It's fun to put on the games, but don't underestimate the work that these guys do. Miles and I have it easy. We come here, except for getting a few lineups, we just sit here and yak and tell you stories. These are the people that come here early and do all kinds of setups of wires and cables and all the stuff. And not only that, but after we're done yakking, they're sitting there winding up all the cables and wires. And so it's a full day's job. So our thanks to all these fine people giving you the accounts of tonight's ball game. All the behind-the-scenes work. And as Miles and I talked about too off the air, the amount of work that goes into being a cheerleader, also a band member, majorettes, all those people help making this the spectacle it is. It's not just the guys on the field and the coaches, it's all the pageantry that goes with it. Having said that, now it's second down and 5. Handoff once again, and boy, Gomes is not going to be denied. Not going to be denied, and that one might just do it right there. Big first down, a second down effort. Picking up the first down is Gomes inside the 30 down to about the 27.
Definitely an excellent effort by Gomes with the foot power. He basically walked over 2 or 3 boxes there.
Looks like they had him stacked up. I'll tell you.
It definitely looked like they had him stopped.
And Barnstable is looking to return the favor one more time, winning by 2 last year, 14-12. And likely on their way to a 15-13 triumph here at Marciano Stadium. With 1:27 to go, the Boxers step in to call the timeout. That's their last timeout. And so it's going to take a miracle right now. But I'll tell you something, I don't know if you caught the end of that Baylor game. Did you happen to catch the Baylor game against UNLV? Baylor lost 30-29 against Boston College, as most people know, by missing the extra point. And as they're up by 6, down at the 1-yard line of UNLV. Instead of kneeing it down, they go for the touchdown. The guy fumbles, and UNLV runs it back 99 yards or 100 yards for the score, kicks the extra point and beats them. I mean, now today Baylor wasn't as fortunate. Oklahoma just whipped them 41-10 or something. But I'll tell you, anything can happen. A few years ago, the miracle of the Meadowlands with Pisarcik fumbling and the Eagles winning a game. That was more than a few years ago, I hate to say. But anything can happen. But right now, I think they're just going to knee it down. I had to say that about the Baylor thing because you won't see that in a month of Sundays. There's the knee down. Brockton cannot stop the clock, and the clock will wind its way down. And this crowd is still very stunned after the turn of events with the safety.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate mishap there between center and punter.
Well, it happens.
It happens.
Part of the game.
Part of the game of football.
Take nothing away from the play of Verdon, who had a good game other than that. And, you learn from your mistakes. It's all part of the game. And Brockton will regroup. They'll be 1-1 on the year. And Barnstable starting its record in the right direction. They were off an 8-2 record last year. They will be 1-0 for Coach DeMonch. Flag drop, delay of game. And the clock rolling on. 36. They may add a few seconds, we'll see. It's all academic, really. So they'll mark off the 5 yards. Ball back to the 35-yard line. Our congratulations out to Stefan Gomes. What a tremendous game he had tonight. Unfortunately, we don't have all the stats for you fans, but check it out on the paper because it was just an amazing effort. And another knee down. And Barnstable will take this one 15-13. But be on hand next week because Zavarian will come to town. And I know that you Brockton Boxer fans who went up there would love to see the Brockton Boxers gain some revenge. And there's that game to look forward to. And these Boxers will be ready, believe me. My thanks to you, Miles. Miles Jackson working the game with me tonight. And a pleasure. My thanks to all the volunteers once again. That's going to do it. The clock shows zeros, and the Barnstable Red Raiders have upended the Brockton Boxers here at Marciano Stadium. Final score, Barnstable 15 and the Brockton Boxers 13. Final thoughts, Miles?
Yeah, well, it's a shame Brockton lost the way they did, but they played a hard-fought game. They adjusted well in the second half to contain Gomes, and Coach Colombo should be proud of them.
I agree, but also Coach DeMonch couldn't be happier with the guys in white and red. This is a great football game, no question about it. And the final score, once again, Brockton upended by the Barnstable Red Raiders by a score of 15-13. On behalf of all of the fine volunteers, Bob Sondheim, my partner, Miles Jackson, saying thank you for joining us here on BCA Football. Come on out next week and join the Boxers as they take on the Zavarian Hawks on Friday night kickoff at 7 o'clock. Next best thing to being there, of course, is to catch the action on BCA. Again, the final score, 15-13 Barnstable. Thanks very much for being with us, and good evening.